Formula One kicks off 2022 with a shakedown at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. This amazing country has a host of over 8 million tourists per year. The city itself just owes 1.6 million residents, but they pack in as well. The country, 47 million, all of them motorsport mad, mainly MotoGP, but Formula One is the eyes of the attention. There's the Sangria Familia, built in 1882, due to be completed in 2026 as well. It shows just how determined this country is for excellence. And in speaking of excellence, here's the 2022 Formula One calendar. It all kicks off in Bahrain before heading off to Saudi Arabia. Australia makes its return finally on a modified circuit. Imola is on the last weekend of April. Then it's Miami, a brand new event. Spain, Monaco and Azerbaijan head over for European races for Canada. Great Britain, the British Grand Prix, the first weekend in July. Austria, France and Hungary lead us to the summer break. Belgium, Netherlands and Italy form a triple header. Russia, Singapore and Japan as well back on the calendar. The season rounds out United States, Mexico, Sao Paulo and Abu Dhabi again on the 20th of November. Is it going to be a dramatic year? Well, only time will tell. It starts here with Shakedown. It's the afternoon session here for Shakedown for Formula One 2022 at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia in Spain. Hello everybody and welcome back to pre-season testing here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia in Spain. It's the afternoon session. A lot has happened in the last 3 hours since we left you at the lunch break as well. And we've got loads more to look forward to in the coming. It's the second half now of the Barcelona test. Of course, 6 sessions across 3 days, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. And we've completed 3 of those. This is the 4th of 6. So we've got a lot more to look forward to as well. So first of all, let's get into all of the action of what's been happening on Twitter to begin with. And we have had a red flag. I'd like to point that out. The red flag has been out. Nikita Mazepin calls that, but we'll get onto that in a few moments' time. Let's start, though, with the current state of play of what we left you with this morning. And it was with Sainz doing 71 laps, Ocon 66, Schumacher the same at 66, Ricciardo 65, Gasly at 61, Stroll 55, Albon 47, Hamilton 40, Perez 38 and Bottas only 21 laps, as yet there was another issue down at the Alfa Romeo garage as well, which prevented quite a lot of the running this afternoon. Right, the session went underway and nobody went out on the pits straight as well, so it was very strange, the start of this afternoon session. The few cars grumbled to head out onto the circuit, but nobody ever did. If I can find my mouse, here we go. Let's scroll up as well. No one finished on the pit lane as well. A late press conference really did go everything a bit changing as well. Sebastian Vettel kicked off the afternoon running in the Aston Martin. Pierre Gasly joined him as well. Vettel had done 61 laps in the morning as well, so it's going to kick off nicely to see if we can round out with about 120 this afternoon. Just talking quickly about the press conferences that we've had. Sebastian Vettel was asked this question about how does he feel about the Russia-Ukraine situation going on at the moment. He said it's terrible. He woke up and thinking as well how terrible it was and how the country is being led by a maniac as well and a lunatic leader, which I completely agree with, by the way. As we keep on going now as well, one thing also that he said that I don't think we should race it in Russia. And if Formula One goes there, I'm not. So Sebastian Vettel is boycotting the Russian Grand Prix, even if it still happens. Max Verstappen has echoed his words, he's saying, I don't think it's right we should race somewhere where there's a war going on. So it looks as though the general consensus is that what we talked about this morning about the Russian Grand Prix possibly being cancelled is going to happen. The GPDA haven't met yet. Sebastian Vettel is the director of the GPDA. So we'll see what kind of statement that organisation put forward. The team principals are meeting this evening. Now, Stefano Domenicali, who is the president of the FOM group as well, Formula One Management, has organised this meeting. He's in London. He's going to attend via video call. Everybody else is at the circuit here as well. The FIA and the drivers' team representatives are going to be there as well. And they're going to talk about what to do about the Russian Grand Prix. The rumour is, though, that it is 100% off. The question now is, what race will take its part? I'm hearing the Turkish Grand Prix. I'm hearing a return to the German Grand Prix at the Nürburgring. Whether it'll be the Eiffel Grand Prix again, I'm not too sure. I'm hearing Portimao could be a replacement as well. But that late in the season, it could clash with other series they've got going on there. So they've really got to sort of adjust and see where the emphasis is going to be. But from what I understand, we'll have official confirmation tomorrow about the Russian Grand Prix. But everybody I'm hearing saying they don't want to go there. They don't want to wait as well, especially after UEFA have announced that the Champions League final has been taken away from Russia this evening as well. And Boris Johnson, of course, in the UK, put out extreme sanctions as well. So there's so much going on. Further on, back to the F1 track action as well. Pierre Gasly said went out there on the circuit. Vettel and Russell, who had just come out of the pits, they were ready to go. Hello to Josh Plays and hello to Synthel. Josh will be in the comments box later, hopefully. I'm still good. Good, he says that, so he'll be in soon. Megan is, I think, turning up at some point, although she's not sure. She's busy doing things. German Grand Prix, missed the excitement at the Nürburgring, says Adam. I'll get to everything in the chat shortly as we keep going on. Latifi jumped into the Williams this afternoon in place of Alexander Albon as well. His first attempt at the circuit this session. And making his Grand Prix debut in Formula One, Guan Yu Zhou is out on the track as well. In the Alfa Romeo, and current times have put him 11th, just a fraction ahead of his teammate Valtteri Bottas. So big up there for Guan Yu Zhou on his Formula One debut. Latifi's first time of the session was a 1:22.063 as well. He has got that down. We'll get to the times in a minute. Guan Yu Zhou's first lap time, 1:25.469 as well. You can see hopefully on the monitor. I'm displaying it quite nicely for you. Ricciardo out for his first run as well of the afternoon. It's in fine form, that McLaren, and it still was the fastest before Leclerc took over, but still a 1:23.55 is the time on the board there. We'll talk more about that later in the show as well. Ricciardo's closest rival this morning was some Sainz. He's handed over to Charles Leclerc for this afternoon. Leclerc completes his opening 5 laps. He did a personal best of 1:24.565 to begin with on the boards. Vettel, company on track once again as Guan Yu Zhou and Gasly, Leclerc and Ocon go back out as well. Russell, a star in their, it gives it a stars in their eyes entrance as well. He's emerged as a cloud of smoke from the Mercedes garage. Nothing to be alarmed about, though. The Mercedes have been doing it fairly frequently during testing without any signs of trouble. Yeah, there's sometimes like oil and fuel left in the exhaust, and it just sort of sparks up and gives a few bits of smoke. It's all colour, no real issues whatsoever. I'm regretting having a pot noodle for dinner because I've got some sweet corn in my mouth. Quick clear of the throat, my goodness me. It just gets stuck right at the back of your throat. It's really horrible. Anyway, there's my TED moment for the session as well. Formula One teams to set for crisis meeting ahead to discuss Russian Grand Prix, as I said, as well as Russia have invaded Ukraine. We won't get into that, but all I was saying is that I hope everybody in Ukraine is as safe as they possibly can be, and we're all thinking of you, and we're not going to let this stand. Believe me, the governments of this world as well are setting out exactly what to do and how to respond to it. Anyway, Mazepin had a belated start to the afternoon. He missed an hour and 10 minutes in total after taking over from Schumacher in the morning. And the Russian driver had an even worse start to the day as he was told to stop the car, and it brought out the red flag as well. He stopped the car in the middle of the track, and that brought out the red flag. So not great for Nikita Mazepin or Haas's moment as well. It was collected and the green flag went out. So we did briefly have the red flag out for the second time this year, but that quickly got away after Mazepin got going again and we went back to green flag running. Anyway, back to the business on board as well. Latifi and Ocon were straight out there an hour ago when the session restarted. Ricciardo also back on track. He began his first timed effort since the red flag. He was tailing Charles Leclerc quite a lot on the main straightaway. and was trying to get some more data. They don't know how these cars race together yet. From all the signs we've been seeing, it's very, very good, which is thumbs up, great news as well. Haas says a damaged fuel pump caused Mazepin to stop on the circuit. Leclerc moved up to P5. He did a 1:21.764, but went much quicker later on as well. We'll show you in a second. Russell on the C2 tyre compounds, a 1:21.890. And I think he has brought that down just a little bit as well. And the first driver to reach 100 laps on day 2 is Esteban Ocon, who has passed the 100 lap mark for Alpine as well. And he's followed by Gasly, who's also done that as well. Gasly actually delayed his 100 lap milestone, having pitted on the end of lap 99, for what it is. Despite the 2 red flags today, it's been a strong mileage for Alpine, AlphaTauri, McLaren and Ferrari, as Autosport says as well. Vettel, another up as well. He's done 44 laps, I think, in the car. Personal best, 1:22.750. as it says at the moment. But if we swing back up now as well, Mazepin back out the circuit. As you can see him on the TV pictures there, 48 minutes ago. Moves ahead of Guan Yu Zhou, a 1:23.524. And his next time around is a 1:22.429. So Mazepin got even faster out there. 47 laps of consistency, but unspectacular times. Vettel has popped in a 1:27.84 on the C3s to go P4. He's dropped down to P5 now as well. As we get ready, again, I've lost my mouse on this part of the page I need. After a lengthy delay in the garage following the earlier stop on track, Perez finally got back out, but he's lost 2.5 hours of running. That's unbelievable as well in the afternoon ever since that red flag came out. So there's a lot of work to do at Red Bull, despite their good mileage yesterday. It hasn't gone the way for Sergio Perez. Danny Ricciardo topped the timesheets and equalled, putting an equal best of 103 laps, the same as Lando Norris did yesterday, but it was Charles Leclerc who went fastest overall just 25 minutes ago, 10 minutes before we came on air. It was Leclerc to go fastest with a 1:19.084. That lap time is still the fastest we have at the current moment. A couple of personal bests as well. Gasly put in a 1:25.42. Guan Yu Zhou in there, 1:22.888. That's a betting site as it comes to as well. As we close back up, closing in the final hour of today's track action as well. It's all looking good. Gasly closed 36 seconds ago actually. Gasly closed to within almost 2/10 of leader Leclerc's time with a 1:20.030 as well. And Guan Yu Zhou's climbed up to P11 on a 1:22.239. Okay, let's take a look then at the times so far in this first session. See, it doesn't take that long to wrap up everything that's been happening in the session so far. That's why I think we've hit the nail on the head for when there's no testing TV times. These hour-long shows are really compacted and it really, really works. We will be live, by the way, for the entire Bahrain test. All 8 hours across the 3 days will be live as well. I'm going to get in contact with guests and that lot to have on like I did last year as well, and just sort of drag people in by their collars before we go in. So it's Leclerc fastest, a 1:19.804 on the C3 tyres. He's done a total of 53 laps in the afternoon. Danny Ricciardo, 1:20.355 on the C3 tyres. He's done 113 laps. Pierre Gasly goes P3 on a 1:20.542 as well. He was on the C3 tyre compounds as 119 laps. Sorry if I've already said that. I'm being a bit distracted. Carlos Sainz is fourth for Ferrari, a 1:20.546 as well. Hold on a second. In fact, we've got news from Craig Slater, which is going to save my bacon. Let's have a word with Craig. He's live at the track for Sky Sports News.
Formula One is this, that they're closely watching the very fluid developments like many others at this time, and they have no further comment on the race scheduled for September. We will continue to monitor the situation very closely. F1 president, and we're talking about the commercial rights holder here, those who own the television rights, Stefano Domenicali has called this meeting with the team bosses by video link at 8 o'clock tonight. Let's see if anything comes of that. But already drivers are having to make up their own minds on the subject, and Sebastian Vettel, among others, has spoken most powerfully, and he's set out his stall. He will not race in Russia, even if it remains on the calendar.
In my personal opinion, obviously, I think I woke up again to this morning's news and shocked. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's horrible to see what is happening, and obviously, if you look at the calendar, we have a race scheduled in Russia. For myself, my own opinion is I should not go. I will not go. I think it's wrong to race in the country. I'm sorry for the people, innocent people that are losing their lives, that are getting killed for stupid reasons, and a very, very strange and mad leadership. So I'm sure that's something that we will talk about. But as I said, on behalf of GPDA, we haven't come together yet. But personally, I'm just so shocked and sad to see what's going on. So we will see going forward. But I think my decision is already made.
Well, a strange little development there, as you were hearing from Sebastian Vettel. Let's hear what Max Verstappen had to say.
Well, I think it's also how the whole paddock, is going to decide of what we're going to do next.
It's going to be Formula One decision
Fernando?
eventually, and I don't think that we drivers, we have our opinion, and I'm sure that is the same one as everyone. So yeah, but we don't have the power to decide or things like that. We can make our own decisions for sure, but eventually I think Formula One will do the best.
So that was the opinion of the drivers earlier on. Megan Birch has joined me now in the commentary box. And
not for long.
Not for long, no, because Josh Blaze is going to be here soon. But I just tried to take my earpiece out in order to put the headset on alongside me, so we're actually talking quite freely. And as soon as I did that, you might notice Megan had to dip on the floor because the custom earpiece, as you can see, here it is, look. That's what's going in my ears. It fell off. So I'm down to one earpiece at the moment because I can't get the other one back on because it's dipped behind behind me. If I can swing around, actually, I can probably grab it back. But yeah, it's come off. So I'm down to one earpiece for a moment. But anyway, Megan, how are you? Day 2 testing. I mean, it's been a bit dramatic as well.
I'm tired.
You do look tired as well. But it's been a bit of a dramatic day as well with everything going on in the world. And the main focus is actually, for Formula One's point of view, first of all, if everybody is okay. And we hope it's all good. But the Haas implications as well. They get a lot of their money from Dimitri Mazepin, who's a 20% owner in the team, and also the fact that Dimitri Mazepin's son races for the team. I mean, they pulled out Gunther Steiner the meeting this morning from the drivers' press conference. So, what's your opinion on this? Do we race in Russia, or do we miss it as well, or do we just leave it to see how it is?
Well, Russia's a while away, so things might be better by then.
But with all the sanctions that have come in as well, do you reckon that they'll go away? Sebastian Vettel.
I would keep it on a possibility list. So, I would like to see, what's it called? The track I always call for Nuremberg.
Nürburgring.
Yeah,
Nürburgring. Germany, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see that track come back.
I've repaired my earpods, so I can put that back in now for a time, because I know you're not going to be here for long, so I'll stick with this.
I see Ricciardo's doing well. He's in third.
Yes, I was just going through the times, actually, before I had to stop for that interview and to get a drink, because it was all going wrong. Anyway, let's go over to the YouTube chat. Actually, where's Kimi? Just in case you were wondering what the 2007 F1 champion Kimi Raikkonen is up to now. He doesn't do F1 testing. It's actually he's team principal of Kawasaki Racing Team in the MXGP, and the team when he's deferred, I should say. So Kimi's become a team principal.
Kimi's a team principal.
I know. That's going to be a lot of interesting words. Anyway, okay, hello to the chat. It's going to be a lot of
ice creams and wet storms.
We've got the chat now finally working, so hello to the chat. Hello to Josh Plays. Yeah, we'll drag you in at 4:30 because I knew Megan was coming in for 10 minutes. And hello to Adam as well. Hi to Miss Megan. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Yes.
Talk to you.
Hopefully as well, you'll be in the Indycar preview on Saturday. In fact, I hope so. Because
possibly.
I know, because I've just thought of something as well. Saturday. I might not even be here. I don't know yet.
Well,
there's a party. I don't know if that starts at 7, though, because Grid Network's on at 5. We'll double check. I was going to mention this about Kimi. Yes, Kimi's now GT principal.
You could turn up at 10 and that party will still be going.
Yes, I think you're right. Going further on then, should we have a look at some cars, Megan, while you're here as well? But first of all, let's take a look at the new race directors. That is Eduardo Freitas. You love Eduardo Freitas, don't you?
Ooh, yeah,
Why do you love it? It's for the World Endurance Championship.
kind of, yeah.
Okay. And that's the new race director,
good.
Eduardo Freitas. And this is Niels Wittek, who is the secondary team principal. He comes from DTM, the German Touring Car Championship as well. He is up there on the board. This is Nikita Mazepin earlier on, out on the circuit. And it's actually quite good news, isn't it, as well, for it all going through. It's he did cause a second red flag, but it looks okay that Mazepin's
A
actually...
second?
Well, yeah, we had one red flag this morning for Perez stopping on the track, and then Mazepin caused the second one earlier on.
I didn't even know there was one red flag.
Yeah, we had a red flag this morning when we were live on it.
I told you it would happen today.
Yes, you did, actually. You did, fair dues. Also then, on the board, let's go forward. I think we had some video. No, we haven't. That's what Pierre Gasly said as well about the Ukraine invasion. We put it on Instagram, actually. Let's show that because it's very important. He says, praying for Ukraine. I hope everybody can stay safe out there as well. That's Pierre Gasly and his statement he's put on as well. It's awful scenes going on there.
Everyone keeps going on
Ukraine.
about it in college.
I'm not surprised. It's a big, big topic. Let's go over then to the race.com and keep an eye out as well. Into the final 45 minutes of running in day 2. Nikita's clocked up 34 laps so far. Hopefully everyone's been nice to the Twitter admin, by the way, who runs the Haas F1 team. They have got nothing to do with anything there. I know the colours on the car, but still. Do not go after the Twitter admin. Ricciardo on the move, starting to get a smattering of improvements now. Ricciardo stays in third, but the time is up to a 122.288. Not bad on the board there, Max.
It seems like McLaren are really trying to push a lot of their car today and yesterday, and I bet it'll be the same tomorrow. I wonder if you can actually get up to first.
I knew you were thinking, yeah. As he comes through, Charles Leclerc, as I said, was the fastest, which is looking good.
Do you know it's predicted to snow today, but it hasn't?
Was it predicted to snow?
Highly.
Oh, that's annoying.
I think it might have missed us. Or it's delayed.
Ah, okay, I get you now. Gasly has pitted from his C4 tyre run as well, having not improved on his following laps after that. 1 minute 20.030. Ricciardo is also out on the C4 tyres and put in a 120.288, closing the gap on the top two. Not a bad gap between the top two. I'm trying to get back to the live timings, actually, because I want to read them out, because, look, they've changed again. So if you could kick it off, Megan, and then I can switch my headset over.
Okay. So Leclerc is first with a 119.804. Then it's Gasly in second with a 120.030. And then in third, it's Ricciardo, keeping that McLaren streak of a 120.288. Then Russell in fourth. Oh, good for him. With a
good lap time there by George.
Yeah, with a 120.537. Then in fifth, it's Sainz with a 120.546. Then Vettel in sixth with a 120.784. Albon seventh with a 121.531.
Let me know when you want me to tag in.
Do you want to?
Where'd you get up to?
Oh, hold on. I'll do half and you do half.
Right.
Eighth, Latifi with a 121.894.
Yeah, so Stroll's gone P9, as you can see, on a 121.920. Schumacher rounds out the top 10, a 120.949. Mazepin 11th on a 122.046. Guan Yu Zhou on his debut goes P12 on 122.239.
That's good.
Yeah, not bad
He's
at all.
doing quicker than Bottas.
And he's done 60 laps in that car, so that's a big improvement from Alfa Romeo. So far, only lasted 21 laps today with Bottas in the morning, and only 19 laps completely yesterday.
Hold on, quickly. The overachiever field, Gasly.
How much is done?
127.
127, so yeah, that's great laps from Gasly there in the Alpha Tauri.
Did he just not sleep?
Must not have done. Bottas in the morning session stays P13, 122.288. Perez 14th for Red Bull. Again, morning session in the afternoon, again, having problems. 122.412. 58 laps only. Start comparison compared to the 147 Max did yesterday. Hamilton 15th on a 122.562. 40 laps completed. Ocon goes to P16, a 123.280 as well. So some interesting times on the board, Megan, it looks like, as well, as we head into the last 35 minutes. What was worrying about Hamilton?
That he's so low.
Norris's Wednesday benchmark still stands. As a reminder, like Lando topped yesterday with a 1:19.568 on the C4 tyres. Leclerc is currently leading on a 1:19.804. So on the C3 tyres. So we're still somewhat off yesterday's benchmark, but we'll get drivers in the last half hour doing glory runs. So they'll go out there and go even faster.
See, the only one who's taken note of the C3 is both Gasly and Ricciardo.
Leclerc.
I mean C4.
Oh, right. I was going to say, yeah, Gasly's gone back out there.
They're taking...
Inspiration?
Yes.
There you go. I knew you were thinking...
From Norris.
Well, yeah, good
I've had a long day.
Good news is as well, look, Gasly goes back out on the C4 tyres and is setting the fastest sector time. So Gasly is improving up and up the order as well, as we see Eduardo Freitas and Niles Rittick out there as well.
Yeah, 3 hours of criminology and an hour and a half of law will do that to you, especially when you have exams next week.
Seems like it as well. Glad
we only just had exams.
Yeah, glad also there's not F1 testing next weekend. It's the week after. 10, 11, 12.
I only just had exams. Literally the week before break.
I'm exhausted talking for an hour with sore throats. I don't know how I'm going to be for the big test as well. Let's go over to the YouTube chat quickly as well, because we've got some things coming through as well. There we go. That's the button I need to press, number 3. Josh says as well, I was going to mention this about Kimi, and as soon as Indycar race ends, I'll be packing up my setup as we're moving the day after. Hopefully the move goes well. You looking forward to Indycar, that first race on Sunday? 5 o'clock. It's going to be a great one.
What, this Sunday?
This Sunday, 5 o'clock, the Indycar race. We're live.
I'm not sure.
What do you mean? Oh, you're not sure you're looking forward to it?
I'm not sure about anything.
It's a race at St. Pete.
I have 2 tests on Monday. That's why I'm not sure.
Yeah, that might cause it. The GKP Tech as well. What if Haas has made massive improvements just to lose funding and maybe a driver because of the war with Ukraine?
That will be unfortunate.
The Russian national airline of Aeroflot remains a Manchester United sponsor. The club are not commenting on the situation at the moment. So it looks like Manchester United are in the same position as Haas F1 are in terms of the fact they're not mentioning it. They're just staying out of the way completely.
Just like, this is not our problem.
That's not fair as well, to be fair. I don't think, personally, we should have the Russian Grand Prix this year. But then again, if we've got Sebastian Vettel saying about boycotting, why have we still got a race in Saudi Arabia? Why did we go back to Turkey when they're having all internal problems as well? I mean, it doesn't make sense.
The world's just a mess.
Obviously, this is a big, big thing happening with Russia and Ukraine. It could lead to a world war. But for goodness sake, make it make sense.
Oh, let's hope it doesn't lead to a world war.
Obviously.
The minor, let's just, the least... The most I don't mind is a war between them. Just not a world war, because everyone said they don't want that again, because we saw what happened.
Twice now.
Because we saw what happened the first 2 times. And I think even the Russians and the Ukrainians are just like, let's not have that again.
Look, the second...
Everyone's just going to be moving to Switzerland otherwise.
The second nuclear missiles are brought up, everybody will back down.
Yeah.
I mean, they backed down in the Cold War because of it as well. And that's all.
Yeah.
And it's just... It'll just be back down completely. Gasly, as I said 3 minutes ago, back out on the C4 tyres, but
let's not make a mistake of the past.
Yes. But the AlphaTauri driver doesn't go top. His 1:19.918 puts him within a tenth of Leclerc. It looked like he was held up through the final sector behind Perez and the Red Bull, given he'd lost all his time through the first corners. Now, isn't that an interesting situation to pile up on there, Megs?
It is, certainly.
I'm just heading into the race control chat somewhere, because I did put it in the commentary chat somewhere.
I've got to go in a minute.
You do as well. I'm just connecting that up as well so that we can get that all sorted. Also, Megs, quick question as you're here, and I really would like to know. I just actually realised as well it'd be a bit pointless trying to commentate with that on. I also want to ask you a question as well. Sebastian Vettel then clearly saying as well, I don't want to race there. Are we going to expect a cancellation order tomorrow that the Russian Grand Prix is off? And what implications could this have for
Possibly.
Haas, with all their money coming from Russia, this could be a big, big, big problem.
Haas could lose a lot of funding, so their drivers are definitely going to have to be more careful. And
do you reckon? I've heard,
could possibly happen that the Russian Grand Prix doesn't happen, though we never know.
Yeah. Still, Russian Grand Prix not happening would be interesting. Just let Josh Plays know. I have gone into the Discord commentary chat, so I expect him to pop up soon as well, once he's got everything ready. And we're all ready in the last half hour now. And not much happening out on the circuit, actually, which is quite interesting. I thought there'd be a lot more. Britain's most successful ever Olympian, the cyclist Jason Kenny, is to retire. Oh, dear. That's not great news. What's this about George Russell that we're seeing here? Let's swing the Discord over, the Twitter.
It's
over. Where is it?
Not in English.
Hashtag
F1. Spanish.
It's okay. I can translate. We have Google Translate for a reason. What was it? Where is it? Here it is. Translate tweet. See? Aha! Never underestimate Google Translate. Russell is the latest to improve his time, climbs to 4th overall with a record of a 1:20.537 as well. Do you want to have a look at Nikita Mazepin? And the damaged fuel pump has been repaired and he's put it back into the pit lane. I am sorting the heads out. No worries, Josh. Take your time. Megan's here. Do you want to have a look at it? I know you want to. We'll be pressing the button and let's have a look at I'm sure you can hear it over the back of our headsets, but I'm trying to press the button. Let's have a look then at Nikita Mazepin doing a practice start, shall we? This is on their Twitter account. That was a good start, wasn't it? Very good launch. In fact, should we do a 5-point fan? Let's talk through it now. We've heard it once. So he comes up to a stop. He'll wait for about 5 seconds. Then he'll select first gear, build it up to about 12,000 revs. Steer, 3, 2, 1. Release the clutch slowly. Drop it. Hit the accelerator and pulls away. Very nice job there from Nikita Mazepin, as well as he heads back out on the track. And this right here, as I pause the video, this is what I mean as well with do the right thing. Changing the colours over. Drop your sponsors as well. I can see why, but this is not great news. And the F1 Feeder Series has said the F1 Feeder Series will not wait until the FIA comes up with a decision whether or not to race in Russia. We will not cover the Formula 2 round at Sochi, period. There is no place for war in motorsport. We stand with Ukraine. Absolutely. In fact, I'm going to retweet that right now. I don't know if... the race won't happen. Simple as. The race will not happen at this point.
I want to know what made Putin decide.
Suppose we could boycott covering it as well. That would be if we can stomach it. That is, but I won't commentate on it if it's still happening. I doubt it will happen though. There might be a media blackout. Who knows at the moment? Anyway, let's go over as well because Ocon improves, but no DRS. That feels like the first personal best lap time for Ocon in about 7 hours. He's up to 12th. On a 1:22.164, but there was no DRS open on the Alpine as it came across the start finish line. Right, Megan's going to disappear. Josh Bay's going to come in. Have you got your webcam on? Hopefully that's going to work out. But Megan, just ever so quickly, I don't know where that accent came from. What's your analysis
like
then?
You're trying to do an impression of Professor McGonagall.
It did sound like Scottish, didn't it? What's your opinion on today? Anything going to go well?
Hopefully.
Go on. Name out who's going to be top at the end of day one.
Gasly.
Gasly? Oh, you're brave.
Not really. He's second.
Fair dues. Okay, thank you, Megan. You can now disappear from the comms box. Hopefully, we're still broadcasting to you okay. Let us know if you're not. Thanks, Meg. See you later. Let us know if we are still broadcasting. Josh, can you hear... Oh, I'm sorry. I can't hear you at the moment, so that's an error. I've got Sky billowing through. Josh, can you hear me? I can't hear.
You've got your mic muted on Discord, so...
Hello, Josh. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I've got some tech issues. Good old tech issues.
No worries. It's always tech issues. My mic didn't work yesterday for the first 2 minutes as well, so I guess I can get tech issues as well. Let me just turn that up.
There we go. That's better.
All sounds good. And you sound clear. You sound very clear for the first time. Wonder why that is. Could you explain to our viewers who haven't seen you for a while? Hello.
I've got the same sound mixer as Josh has.
Yes. Oh, you might need to turn the camera a little bit according to the screen because we've had to change it up a bit. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I sent you over the details for the little bus mixer. And it works, doesn't it? It's a great little device.
Yeah, if I just go.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. It's the baby bus mixer as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's absolutely tiny. Look,
it
look
really
at
is small. But compared to it does perfect for the one. I tell you what though as well. I would have mine on right now connected to the laptop, but I've run out of ports, so that's why you're hearing me over the laptop mic at the moment. So apologies for that. I'll have that fixed by the time we get to test 2, obviously, when we've got people on. But the hard drive's plugged in doing something at the moment. So what have you made then of the first test, Josh? It's been a bit of a bizarre one so far.
Oh, it has been absolutely bizarre. There we go. Tweet deck's up.
Managed to...
Cool.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Ocon,
It's been absolutely crazy with of course, the 2 red flags with Perez and Mazepin with the damaged fuel pump, was it?
Yeah, damaged fuel pump it seemed, and he was told to stop. So neither of the breakdowns that have happened are engine related. One was gearbox for Perez and one was fuel pump, which is great news, I suppose, if you're worried about the car's reliability. It seems like it's not on the engine side, it's on the gearbox and the fuel pump side, which is what we've really been seeing all along. It's been that type of situation for absolutely ages. Leclerc has improved to a further cement his top spot now. It's a 1:19.689, the fastest time in the last 23 minutes of the session. There's still a little time over a tenth off the best time yesterday by Lando Norris, but still a good improvement on the time there as well. By the way, I've only got this set up on this channel, so if we move over, I will lose Josh's face from the broadcast, but I can easily swing it back. So it wasn't set up on the other channels. Tech issues our side as well. But we've got you on here at the moment, and I've just got to remember to stay in the middle.
AlphaTauri have tweeted a video 4 minutes ago of Pierre Gasly.
I'll find that, and I'll put it on the screen. Wait, who did it 4 minutes ago? AlphaTauri.
AlphaTauri with Pierre Gasly through the chicane section.
Here we go. I'll load it up onto Twitter, and we'll play it out. Let's hope it's an easy one. I'm going to have to go full screen for a sec. Sorry, Josh. You can still be heard though. Let's have a look-sees then, and let's play it. So this is Gasly on the circuit from AlphaTauri. Let's show it again. Cars sounding very throaty out there this year as well, which is nice to see. They've got a new rear packaging that's sort of amplifying the noise a little bit, Josh, and it's working quite well, I find. What do you make of the new look of the cars and the new sounds?
The sounds good. Sounds a little bit more like a proper racing car. You've got some car liveries which can be questionable. Got car liveries which are great, like the Ferrari, for example. I sent you the we showed it this morning. Yeah, the side by side lot. Yeah, with Mercedes, AlphaTauri, Red Bull, Alpine. I nearly said Racing Point there. Aston Martin, Ferrari, and McLaren.
You're not the first one. I've been calling them Racing Point all morning as well, and because of the new pink livery that they've got. It's going to be a commentator's curse by the time we get to Bahrain 1 and Saudi Arabia round 2.
Autosport have just tweeted, given the struggles Alfa Romeo had yesterday and this morning, it has been a really impressive afternoon so he's already got 63 laps on the board and is P8 with a 1 minute 21.885.
And what drivers are finding different in 2022? Following might be easier. Visibility has taken a knock. Adaptation should be quick, not instant. And we need 2 days of testing at Barcelona complete. This year's Formula 1 drivers now have sufficient time to settle into their new machines and form an initial impression as well. So that's what's going on. I need glasses up in the box as well at the moment. That's from, as you see, race.com, which has got their blog up for today as well, which I've really been enjoying their coverage on the broadcast as well from the race.com. It's been working extremely well. Ed, what do you think then about the firing of Michael Masi, Josh? We haven't spoken on that since last time in Abu Dhabi in that controversial last lap. I mean, you get to get your opinion on this. Michael Masi, firing, was it correct or was it a bit over the top?
110% correct.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I thought the same thing as well. What's your opinion of the last lap? Because we were having loads of tech issues on that as well. And we just got back to cover the last lap. I'm delighted to say that those tech issues have now been fixed. We're not having any problems anymore. But what's your opinion then of that last lap in Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, I was listening to the thing you tweeted or posted on Instagram with, I think it Simple made it, with the TV pictures and your commentary over the top of it. And it was just absolutely crazy because you had Verstappen coming in fighting with Hamilton into turn 9, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then with the newly formed turn 5?
Yeah, the two new hairpins on the circuit. Yeah, they both had a go. They both had an attempt to overtake each other. Verstappen passed Hamilton, then Hamilton came back and over down at the turn 9 hairpin. And in my opinion, it's that sort of shuts down all the rumours that, Hamilton couldn't attack because he was on old tyres. He was side by side with him going into that part of the track. It was Verstappen's defending that kept him the position. But it took a long time for Michael Masi to be fired as well. 3 months after the date as well. I mean, we've got 2 new race directors now. I don't know how closely you follow World Endurance and DTM, but they're 2 very experienced guys, Eduardo Freitas and Neil Whittock.
I don't follow. I've heard of DTM because some of the British touring cars guys came from or went to DTM. I know Paul de Vesta used to be in DTM. World Endurance, not really. I know that they do the 24 hours, 6 hours and 12 hours races.
Well, Eduardo Freitas is perhaps the most experienced race director out there, and certainly since Charlie passed, and he's going to have some amazing support. He's also very strict, is Eduardo Freitas, on track limits. That's a discussion that we have a lot here, is drivers exceeding the track limits.
Oh no, not the dreaded track limits.
Yeah, he's actually said as well, don't ruin my garden. He says that every weekend to all of the drivers, don't ruin my garden, don't go out there and make errors. So that's going to be even more fun to look forward to.
Formula 1 has tweeted a video.
Oh, have they? Oh, I can't show that. That's a problem.
Unfortunately.
The only thing I can show is the team's own videos that they put out for testing, and we recently
literally all it is a Charles Leclerc bumping along a track.
Oh, is that it? Okay, well we've seen some of that before anyway. Lap time improvements everywhere you look in the final hour. Perez pulls a 1:21.430. He has said on the Autosport Live, at Autosport Live, by the way, on Twitter, at racefans.net as well. They're the 2 main coverage that we are watching on Twitter. And the race.com has the running blog that gives us the live timings, as well of all the drivers, and gives us a running blog with their drivers, with their team personnel at the circuit. That is, of course, Mark Hughes, Gary Anderson, and Scott Mitchell. Perez has moved into the top 10, I've just been told, so I'm going to check Josh off for a sec. Sorry, Josh, just to quickly show this up. Perez did a 1:21.430 and moves into the top 10. He did that on the C3 tyre compound. So, yeah, Perez stopping this morning. At least it's not having that issue earlier on. Lewis Hamilton, interestingly enough, if I switch the times, is down in 16th place. Only 40 laps he's done out there this morning, and it was a 1:22.562. Russell in the car has put it to third, a 1:20.537. So an interesting situation of that happening out on the circuit. And Josh, as well, do you reckon coming into the actual pre-season test we'll have in Bahrain in a couple of weeks' time, that we'll really see the real cars and the real banking in the laps as well, trying to do loads of race distances? This is, after all, just a shakedown test. So we're not expecting miracles.
Yeah, because we've got 8 hours a day, isn't it, for the Bahrain, which is 24 hours.
It's insane. The amount of testing that they get is insane now.
And they enjoy doing all of the coverage.
Yeah, I don't know what I got myself in for last year, covering... It was always only one, and then this year as well. We were going to do the whole 8 hours of this Barcelona test, but it was supposed to be with me on site Megan back in the comms box, and then other people joining as well for a giant conversation. But then they decided to go and shut the media down to only allowing permanent pass holders into the paddock, and sponsored guests as well, I suppose, are there. But there's no fans in attendance, so I can't get in as well, which is really annoying. And that's usually the only F1 event I can get to is F1 testing, because it happens midweek. Reminder, though, that the Grand Prix we are trying to get into is the MotoGP British Grand Prix. Trying to get into that as well.
Donington.
What, Donington?
Isn't it a Don?
No, it's a Silverstone.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of World Superbikes.
Yes, yeah. World Superbike has their British Grand Prix there, yeah. But we'll be at Silverstone, hopefully, for all 3 days of the MotoGP British Grand Prix. That's currently fingers crossed if we can get it all done. It looks like I'll be on my own, though, so that'll be interesting. Megan will be back in the comms box here, and I'll be there.
Any British touring car races? Wink, wink.
Not as far as I can tell at the moment. Snetterton is on the cards. If we can work it going down, this is my famous red diary I've got this year. There's so many touring car events that all hit on the same weekend. I think we highlighted, where is it? It was Croft that I highlighted. Yes, Croft. Yeah, because that's the same weekend as MotoGP. So
South Korea, E3 and Seoul. It's Snetterton.
August 13th and 14th. Yeah. So South Korea, a morning race. The question is if I can get down there before the first race of the day. So, and depending on traffic as well. So it's a question of if I can get down there. So that's why we're mainly looking at Croft for the British touring cars on June 25th and 26th, because the only other thing on that day is MotoGP's Dutch Grand Prix. And that means I can do race 1 for the touring cars at Croft. Then I can go and at the same venue do the MotoGP race with Megan. And then do the last 2 races of the day there. So I can do the MotoGP from Croft, which I think will be the first time I'm commentating on a different series at a different race event. How about that?
See, the thing is, if I go on to...
While you do that, the chat is saying stuff on YouTube as well. It's saying, chunkiest hams, dear F1, it's 3 a.m. here. Please fix that. Are you in Australia? Definitely so. Going forward as well, Spin Master 24. In my opinion, testing should be done in
13 hours.
Yeah, Spin Master 24 said, in my opinion, testing should be done in Bahrain instead of Barcelona. Oh, and hello, welcome to the broadcast. Hopefully you're having a lot of fun out there as well. And I agree with you. Bahrain is a great place for F1 testing. We saw it last year, but I don't agree with you on one point. Barcelona is easier to get to for me, and I was really looking forward to going again. It's actually 3 years to the day since I last went to an F1 event. Well, not really, but when I flew to Barcelona to cover F1 testing in 2019. And I still haven't got back because of damn COVID and the restrictions that were in place. Have you found something, Josh, that you were Googling before I interrupted for that comment?
Yes, I have. I was just looking from my new location from Cross Circuit, 5 hours.
Wow. Actually, what's mine? Let's have a look.
2 hours, I think you said it was.
I think it was 2 hours, wasn't it, from Croft? So that's a lot easier to do. My location to Croft.
3 hours to Snetterton.
That was a long trip, yeah.
2 hours to Brands.
Yeah, by car, it is 2 hours, 10 minutes. Yeah, go on.
30 minutes to Thruxton, which I'm so looking forward to.
On site for... Is that the opening round this year, Thruxton? Or is it Donington again?
No, BTCC goes to Thruxton on the 28th and 29th of May and the 27th and 28th of August. It opens it at Donington Park National.
And that is in April, isn't it? April...
The 23rd to the 24th.
Got it, yeah. Same weekend as Formula 1 is in Imola and MotoGP is in Portugal. So that's going to be a busy day. Might have to delay some of those races, unfortunately.
And yes, if you are wondering, I do have literally every single motorsport calendar on my wall.
I have it in a diary. I found that helps as well. But then again, I haven't shown the people yet. the green are my free weekends in 2022. The red is when I am not free in 2022. So apologies to anybody who wants to go away on the weekend after April the 17th. I'm not free until November the 26th for a weekend away. But hopefully I might be able to go midweek somewhere in the summer. Fingers crossed at least. I mean, there's a nice little day in August that I can go away from the Monday to the Friday because I'm only working Saturday, Sunday. What am I working on Saturday, Sunday, April 13th? Well, have I got a feeling it's touring cars? No, it's hang on, I've just realised it's Formula E and Snetterton, that one as well. So realistically, actually, I have just worked out I could go away. Actually, I come back from doing Silverstone, so I could actually, if I wanted to, I could go to Silverstone for MotoGP's British Grand Prix. And then on the Monday, I could fly away somewhere, go away for the entire week, come back on the Saturday. Oh, do you know, I might just do that. I might pencil that in. There you go. We've got 9 minutes to go to the session, and we're planning our holidays. It's how testing works. Sorry for that. Anyway, we've got lap time improvements everywhere you look. Perez, as I said, improved it to a 1:21.430, and it's worth stating these lap times aren't too surprising given favourable conditions. Some teams switching to softer compounds as well and completing long-run programs. It's just keeping us on our toes until we finish here. As usual, we're having that happy hour period in the last 10 minutes where everyone decides to go a bit faster. Tomorrow in the afternoon session, that's really when it's going to be quick as well, because we're going to have crash bang wallop of lap times. The promise of the late quick laps appear to have jinxed it. Still plenty of action on the track, including Leclerc, Gasly, Vettel and Sainz, but nobody's pushing to the limit just yet. And we've got if race fans have retweeted it, I think I can show it, but only on here. This is Charles Leclerc out on the circuit, but I think I can only play it here. Oh, it's got no audio. There's no audio.
That's the thing. Yeah, there's not any audio on it, unfortunately.
All right, let's go full screen then and take a look at it, because if it's only a GIF...
That was the thing that Formula 1 tweeted, which I was talking about.
Well, if it's only a GIF, and it is only a GIF, let's take a look at it then. So this is the... Oh, hello, we've got an advert.
Your stream's just buffered.
Oh, sorry, my fault. It's because we're loading more things at the moment. You can't handle it.
Talking about notepads, I have recently brought a motorsport. Unfortunately, it's got no lines on it, but it does have cute dolphins on it.
Oh, that's a very good dolphin book. Oh, I had one of those. Right, let's take a look at this then from... this is the Ferrari, isn't it, of Charles Leclerc. Did you see that was what they're talking about. Look at the bumping from the Alpine now. This is from Esteban Ocon. A lot of bumping on the underfloor. And then if we can rewind right to the start and look at the Ferrari, that's some hard suspension as well with the airflow going underneath it. That's almost giving me a headache. What about you, Josh?
Yeah, that's a bit of a boing, boing, boing.
Yeah, that's
situation.
Not great. And a lot of lock-up as well. And it's affecting as well. That's interesting. Look, it's happening to Esteban Ocon, who's in the dirty air, but look at the hole that he's punching behind for the Ferrari of Leclerc. He's having no bumps. So it seems to be only in the dirty air that it's being affected. That's interesting. Go on.
Watching through because of the delay, I've got the stream up on the TV, and there's absolutely no bumps at all for the Ferrari in the clean air, but bumps for the Alpine. Esteban Ocon, was it? In the dirty air.
That's interesting then. So if that's going to be the case, the drivers are going to lose some fillings, but this is going to be interesting then, slipstreaming down to turn 1, and that's without the DRS open as well. So I wonder if they both had DRS open, would it be some less drag on the rear of the car? Oh, better turn it off now because my computer's overheating. But that's very interesting. That's why we're having such a laggy stream, because it can't handle doing the video when it's supposed to be catching up with Twitter. So that is entertaining. Well,
I thought you had good Wi-Fi.
Well, we're supposed to have good Wi-Fi, but they never came back on the deal.
Supposed to, but then
Yeah, they never came back.
Technical difficulties, people.
They never gave us back. They never called us back with that amazing deal that we got. So that's annoying. But I upgraded the RAM of the computer anyway, so it can handle a lot more now. But I am pushing it. I had literally got my computer across 2 screens, a Stream Deck open, which is broadcasting this coverage. I've got TweetDeck, the YouTube chat, and a live blog open. So I'm stretching it thin. Over to you. Oh, that's the
Stream Deck here. Yeah.
They are cool.
Yeah, that's facts with just part 1 of season 2022 of Formula 1. I use that for all of my race control messages in the Discord.
And that is good. Have you seen our new flags? For red flag, green flag, and all that a lot.
Stop showing off, they're so good.
I know, it took me ages. There's several versions of them as well. There was just a plain one that was similar to the others that we had. And then there was a black version, so it was a black box that would go off the F1 testing, but the flag colour was the letters. So the letters were coloured like the flag would be. But everyone agreed that it just pops better with the style. I mean, there's a green flag out now, so I can hit the green flag button and you can take a look at it. But the 2 flags either side, I just thought it added something because beforehand they looked a bit too squished and too ugly. So I didn't like them, so I changed them. And I've also put the new graphics on with the red curved boxes and the red backgrounds and the F1 text. Basically, we just tried to...
Yeah, I really liked the new intro, and it's like you've got a upgrade of graphics. BBB Esports for the Dutch series has got new graphics, and now I need new graphics. Well, I don't, but still.
PSGL have got some new graphics as well. Got to mention those. We're on tonight.
Williams Racing has just tweeted with a video of the Williams going down the front straight and have just tweeted sound on.
Right, okay, let's find that up here as well. We've got Alex Brundle now. Here it is. So let's take a look at it. If it's on, we've got to open it up in the big chat. Hopefully it's a big video. If it's not, if it's a small video, that's even... Oh no, actually, if it's okay. So if I know it's playing, so let's have a listen then. Open it up and let's listen to the Williams going through. That sounds okay to me. Very much so, actually. That Williams, as it dives through on the back straightaway. That was some Mazepin earlier on, so we can go that through as well. Chris Metland has tweeted, as I'm sure you can still see on the board. The immense downforce causes the floor to get so close to the ground that it stops working, which leads to an immediate loss of downforce. So the car pops back up, regains downforce, and the floor goes down again and repeats. So it's actually bouncing on the air. It's like it's surfing almost. F1 knew this would happen, but maybe not so dramatically. Wow, so that's the explanation as to why the cars are bouncing. So it is hitting that dirty air and just creating a bounce. But as soon as it hits clean air, i.e. what we saw with Leclerc when he was following the Alpine of Ocon, it's going crazy. Testing for holiday plans as well as cars, says Pitmaster as well. Is it just me or is that car bouncing? Well, bouncing like mad. Yes, it really is bouncing like mad as well. Hopefully it's going to be okay. We're coming up, though, to the last minute and 30 seconds of this test, which is always... exciting because it just flashes by. Leclerc and Gasly came out nose to tail for an entire outlap before the Ferrari driver dived into the pits for pit stop practice and duly ruined a potential race for the final 5 minutes. Boo, say Autosport as well, so they're all ready to go on that one as well. And what's your moment then of this first day, well, the second day of testing then, Josh, because we've got now 16 hours under our belts and only 2 red flags. That's impressive. Oh, can't hear you. There you go.
Might be a good idea if I turn my mic volume up on the sound mixer.
That will do it, yeah. So, then, what's your opinion then? We've had some great reliability.
Yeah, absolutely great reliability with the only 2 red flags in 16 hours. We've had tons of red flags in the whole of the 2021 season. Wasn't it like 4 red flags in one hour with the qualifying session?
Yeah, 4. Yeah, in Azerbaijan. Yeah, 4 red flags an hour in Azerbaijan. I lost count about how many times I pressed the button last year, especially between Silverstone, Hungary and Belgium. It was unbelievable. I think we ended last year with a total of 7 red flags in races, and the most of ever in history.
That is a lot.
Absolutely. And checker flag is coming out in 3 seconds, 2 and 1. And the checker flag is out. Day 2 has concluded then for pre-season testing. They have just going to still set their action out there on the circuit as well. But Charles Leclerc not feeling lucky, very much bumping around as well. And reminder, we are back tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. for the next day of testing. And 4 p.m. as well. These are all UK times. You can also set the reminders for them. And reminder, we've got this weekend as well. We have the Indycar Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. That is on Sunday, getting underway, I think, at 5 o'clock with the green flag at 5:25. Looking good. And tonight, you've got PSGL as well, the PCF4 race. Myself and Saika will be commentating on that one. It's looking to be fantastic action once again. What have you got then for the rest of the week coming up, Josh?
Race control chat in IndyCar, St. Pete, moving, getting the Wi-Fi on the 11th.
That's a very thing as well, yeah. 11th?
Yeah, so you're 2 weeks.
2 weeks without Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi.
My
proper
God.
Wi-Fi.
That is dangerous. That's very dangerous, that Wi-Fi.
We've got like a little Wi-Fi dongle box, but that won't be good enough.
Yeah, that's not going to help a lot of the time, is it? So, well, hopefully you're all right then for 2 weeks.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be doing all of the Formula 1 races, all of the Formula E races, all of the W Series races, all of the IndyCar races in race control chat.
And, of course, not the touring cars, because you'll be on site for most of them.
Yeah, not most of them, but hopefully both of the Thruxtons, depending on
where you are,
that weekend and stuff like that.
Still can't believe there's 2 Thruxtons. It's such a waste. We could easily have thrown in another great circuit. What about Mondeo Park in Ireland? Come on, find some good circuits. I mean, I miss Rockingham. I really miss Rockingham. That's a personal one. Go on.
Is there anything on the 2nd of April that weekend? Don't think so.
Let me check my diary. April 2nd. No, nothing. Yes, MotoGP Round 3, Argentina.
Well, that's good then. Might be going on a rail tour then.
Oh, nice.
Another one.
Not bad at all. Okay, so we have got the times concluded. The checker flag has been out, so everybody has now finished. Let's give you the times roundup. Don't worry, Josh, we'll come back to you in a second. I need to get that image sorted for when there's more than one person in the box. So let's go through the times as the checker flag has come out. The session has concluded and everyone has just done it. Mazepin actually was a late improver. He's done to P8 to 1:21.512. That's good as well. Spin Master says Mondeo Park is 30-minute walk away from my house. Oh, you lucky person. Go. Let's get touring cars back to Mondeo Park. That was a fantastic race circuit as well for touring cars. Personally, I think we should also head to Wales. I mean, it's a British Touring Car Championship. There's one in Scotland. There should be one in Wales as well. There should be one in Ireland as well, because I think there's a fantastic one for Ireland to have it. I mean, if we go to Spain for testing, let's have a race in Ireland. Anyway, let's go through the times that I think they've updated. So it's Leclerc fastest at 1:19.689. So he takes McLaren's honours away from topping the session and goes back to Ferrari. 2-2 now for McLaren and Ferrari in terms of doing the sessions. Gasly second on a 1:19.918. Ricciardo third, 1:20.288. Russell fourth, 1:20.537. Sainz fifth, 1:20.546. Vettel sixth, 1:27.84. Perez seventh, 1:21.430. Mazepin eighth on a 1:21.512. Then it'll be Albon ninth on a 1:21.531. Guan Yu Zhou is 10th on a 1:21.885. Nicolas Latifi 11th, 1:21.894. Lance Stroll 12th on a 1:21.920. Schumacher 13th on a 1:21.949. Then Ocon is 13th on a 14th as well, so on a 1:22.164. Bottas 15th, 1:22.288, and Hamilton is in 16th place on a 1:22.562. That's all the boards. Gone up, yeah, Mazepin 8th. Yes, if I take a look back to Josh Blaze at Race Controller, look at the Twitter and I'll highlight it. There's a late improver. It's Mazepin, who moves up to P8 with a 1:21.512. So, yeah, Mazepin did move up the order. I don't think the time is... Oh, look, it's just updated now. There you go, look. Mazepin goes to P8, 1:21.512. So they are the live times concluded as well. It has just updated alongside me now. So Leclerc, Gasly, Ricciardo, Russell, Sainz, Vettel, Perez, Mazepin, Albon, Zhou, Latifi, Stroll, Schumacher, Ocon, Bottas, and Hamilton. The complete order as well. Mazepin does jump up as we see Perez doing practice starts along with Ocon, Gasly, Mazepin, Leclerc, and Vettel, Russell, all taking opportunities to do some practice starts. And that is the end of this second day of testing. Okay, Josh, out of this, predictions going into the last day. Who do you think is going to top the session? And also, who do you think is looking quite strong as well? Yeah, so, yeah, remember, it's not your old headset. You've got to turn the things up.
Ferraris are looking really, really strong. I completely forgot that I've changed it to my handheld comment.
Yeah.
Headset. Yeah, Ferraris are looking really, really strong. McLaren's are looking okay. AlphaTauri, on the other hand.
Yes. A bit much, isn't it, really? P2 for Gasly. Yeah, what was it? 1:19.918 for Gasly on the board as well. So immediately improving massively. Yeah, switch over the headset. It's a lot easier. Handhelds. Yeah, so go on then. What's your prediction then? Who's going to top tomorrow's sessions?
Ferrari or AlphaTauri again.
I completely agree with you. Okay, cheers, Josh. Thanks for coming on. We'll see you in the season as we get going again. And join us tomorrow. We'll be back 11 a.m. for all of the action for the sum up of the session 5 at times as well. And session 6 underway as well. We'll be on here at 4 o'clock all UK time. You can find the links in the YouTube description. My thanks to Josh Place. My thanks to Megan Birch. My thanks to all of you for joining us as well in this session. We'll be back tomorrow. But it's Leclerc topping the timesheets once again. A 1:19.689. McLaren and Ferrari looking quite quick. Can it be believed? Only time will tell. We'll see you tomorrow. From us all here, thanks for your company. It's bye for now.